Hey guys, this is Rudy G Funk back at you with another video. Stick around for this one because I got a lot of good facts all the way up until the end. Okay, it is about Carson Wentz, and I know a lot of us don't want to go retro, but I do because I think it's part of that whole healing process of what's going on these 3 years and maybe up until like 5 years with the Browns. I really want to talk about Carson Wentz because I really, as far as I had seen, I never really seen anybody do a compilation of kind of facts as to why we might not have taken them. And this isn't a get Sashi back video. This is just kind of like our thought process over the last couple of years. And so I want to get into a few things. Please finish watching the video because I think this is really important. Not just to get you to watch, to get more views, but the whole video is a compilation. Okay, so let's talk about his analytical study. When I watch Common Man Football, which if you don't watch Common Man Football and you get into analytics, watch Common Man Football. He's got some really great stuff, especially team stuff. Towards the end of the year, as teams are getting better, it becomes even more true. I mean, if you look at the Eagles-Patriots comparison in an analytical study, he had the Eagles ahead of the Patriots based on their production the whole year up until then. So, it's about doing the right thing. You do the right thing more often, you're going to be more productive. You're going to beat good teams at the end of the year. So, I digress. Okay, back to Carson Wentz. So, in his analytical study, obviously, I'm not editing. I tried to email him if I could do snapshots of his stuff. He never really got back to me, and that's okay. Watch him anyway. He has his high school production at about an 88.8 or something like that. And I don't, I'm doing everything manual here, so I just want you to kind of get a mental picture. For his FCS analytical study, he has nothing. And you can't really do an analytical study because what's coming out of FCS is about, I think they said about 13% of FCS guys are coming into the NFL, and how many of those are quarterbacks. So what kind of an analytical study can you do of quarterbacks? So he's almost got like kind of a zero for him, which is, Carson Wentz, how do you give this kid a zero, right? But analytically, so that's kind of a red flag. He's coming out of FCS. How many quarterbacks enter the NFL out of the FCS, right? So, what are the Browns looking at? I want to take, what are they seeing? What are Sashi and Budapest? Well, Sashi and DiPodesta, pardon me, kind of nickname in there. But, what are they looking at? Okay, he's coming out of FCS. How many guys are really coming out? How can we get an analytical study of this? Well, let's, he's coming to the Senior Bowl. Let's watch him. So, and if you get a chance, the Senior Bowl's on YouTube. Watch it. Because you got Carson Wentz, you got Dak Prescott, you got Cody Kessler. These guys were all in the Senior Bowl, and you get a small picture of who these guys are, kind of. So if you watch it, which is true, Dak Prescott, Cody Kessler, these guys move the ball and score, if I'm not mistaken. They look really good. Now Carson, who, I don't know if his agent was telling him, hey, show off your arm, do whatever. He didn't really move the ball. It's not because he wasn't good. Okay? Not saying, Carson Wentz isn't good. Because, that's ridiculous, right? However, in the Senior Bowl, he couldn't move the ball. It almost looked like he lacked touch. He's rocketing some of these short passes, and these guys, they're dropping. All right? So the ball isn't moving. And, I'm not cutting on Carson Wentz. The dude's got a rocket arm, So, probably with other receivers not used to or whatever, you can mix this up however you want. But in the Senior Bowl, he wasn't moving the ball, Carson Wentz, believe it or not, wasn't really moving the ball much. Watch it, you'll see. Check all these facts, okay? So let's kind of move on to the draft. You got this kind of shadow of a doubt with Carson Wentz, which, and you're the Browns, they're going to decapitate you if you don't get the right guy, right? So they're trying to be careful. And again, I really want to make this this video for the healing process. Us as fans, especially, to get a realistic look of what's going on. And with numbers, you can do this. You can see, and if you watch the rest of the video, I'll show you. I'll demonstrate. So what do the Eagles do? They trade up. They give us a bunch of their picks. They get Carson Wentz. Sashi and Budapest, take these picks because we're in rebuild. We're trying to get all these good guys. We're trying to use analytics. We're trying to do the right thing. And I get it. After the draft, I was just going, well, God, just like everybody else. I wanted this guy, blah, blah, blah. But as the draft ended, I followed up on some of these guys, and I'm really liking what I see. Okay, so back to Carson Wentz. Eagles trade up. They get their Carson Wentz. They know they got a good team, don't they? I mean, it's pretty obvious after last year, they won the Super Bowl. They trade away a lot of their picks. Was there one guy that really made the difference to the Eagles going to the Super Bowl and beating the Patriots and winning it? And that's, but I kind of digress. Let's get back to the Carson Wentz thing. So they trade up, they get Carson Wentz, and then they trade Sam Bradford, right? We're going to start this kid. We're going to start this kid, and we're going to play the Browns, which, a lot of us didn't know at the time was the worst team in the league, right? 32 or 32nd were the last. So, Eagles, we got to give kudos to these guys, They got this kid. They really liked him. They threw all these little red flags away. We did our thing. We like him. He's going to do well for us. We got a great team. We got a great line. We got a great defense. Last year they had the best defense in the league, production-wise. If you watch College football, they were the best, So he comes out this first game, and what does he do? He totally kicks our night-stalking asses, right? I mean, was it 31-10 or something like that? And if you go on YouTube and you watch his all passes versus his highlights are like 4 minutes long, and his all passes are like 4 minutes and fucking 20 seconds. Okay, so I think he misses. There's like 2 passes that were maybe bad throws or drops or whatever they were. But for the most part, he whoops our asses doing dink and dunk, and he dinks and dunk until occasional. You get that long pass that Carson Wentz, and this kid is a star, right? All of us were scarred. And what do we go to? We go, oh, Sashi and Budapest, these guys they're idiots. They should have took this kid, blah, 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 right? This is what we're all thinking. We're scarred. We're hurt. We are, like if you watch my other videos, we're that Terminator flailing in the molten metal, trying to find ourselves, changing it, right? And we keep, as soon as this game was over, we fall right back into that pit, don't we? So Carson and the Eagles kick our asses pretty significantly, So hey, we're Browns fans. We keep, you try to forget about it. You keep watching the season, how it goes, and kind of look back and you're kind of listening. What are the Eagles doing? Blah blah blah. They're still kind of kicking ass. This conference thing, and the Eagles are moving. They're like 3-1 or something like that. I think they beat the Steelers. Which I think I remember watching it. As Browns fans, you're like, well, at least they beat the damn Steelers, right? So I think they're like 3-1. You go on YouTube, and I think there was like 3,000 videos of his highlights. I mean, the YouTube was being flooded with Carson Wentz videos. Of course, the season progressed and it keeps going and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you're kind of not really hearing so much about Carson Wentz, and you kind of, I'm kind of going on YouTube trying to find his videos, and they're kind of not coming out. This is like towards the end of the year or whatever. And I'm trying to find these versus videos, and they keep, they're no longer putting them out, So the market is kind of showing what was happening with Carson Wentz. The rookie thing was kind of coming out in the kid, and I'm not cutting on the kid. He's a rookie, but he did have one of the best teams in the league, one of the best defenses in the league. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think his offensive line was first or second last year and this year, so the kid's got a lot of ammo, a lot of foundation in his team, So, all being said, the end of the year, we get to quantify what this kid has done. And I want to show you some numbers by the end of the year that might interest you, okay? And I got to do this kind of Terry Pluto style, but, I had to do it manually, but I want to show you something. Some numbers of the rookie quarterbacks. Okay, here you go. Can you see that? Can you see it good? I'll put it up for just a second so you can see. Okay? Leading the pack was Dak Prescott. We know, I don't remember what their wins and losses, but pretty far into the playoffs, right? With Dak Prescott and his, now that I think about it, his line might have been number one. So he did very well. Then you got Cody Kessler. Look at his numbers. And then you got Carson Wentz. The third one there. And then you got Jared Goff, which is not really that good on a pretty good team. And these are total quarterback scores, right? It's not your raw picture. It's what compilation of his production did he contribute towards his team. That's basically what this is. And we can argue back and forth, whatever. But this number I really want you to see, because when I finish up this video, I'm going to show you another number that might shock and disturb you. Oh, and if you notice my little funny there, any kids watching this, if you want to get your friends in trouble and you're in school, ask your buddy to say Jared Goff 10 times really fast. That's my little funny for the day. Little Eddie Murphy live humor there. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to put this down. So, has this changed your mind a little bit about what's going on with the Browns right now? A little bit with Sashi and DePodesta, these guys that are doing stuff. How would Carson Wentz have done on the Browns? Isn't that the biggest question? I'm going to hold it up again. How would Carson Wentz, rookie quarterback, done on the Browns? Look at his number again, his total QB. It's not that great. Especially you see, if I'm not mistaken, Sashi in Budapest, we're looking at who? Cody Kessler and Dak Prescott. Look at their number. Look at their contribution to their team. Now, in no way am I saying that Carson Wentz is a bad quarterback. I like him. I like watching him. He's fun to watch. Very entertaining. I'm glad he's in the league. Okay, I'm going to give you one more number. Just going to close in just so you can see all that. See all that? Try to get a little bit closer, you see all the numbers. These aren't my numbers. These are Common Man Football's numbers. Probably everybody's numbers, Total QB score. Their contribution to their team. Okay? I'm going to show you one more score that I want you to see after these last 2 years. Maybe this will get the old noggin moving. Maybe we'll take analytics a little bit more seriously. Maybe we won't look as what, the whole Sashi into holding keeping DePodesta and the whole John Dorsey movement, Okay, look at that. You see that? I'm going to let that soak in just a little bit. If you can't see, I'll verbalize it. Deshaun Kaiser, 2017 total quarterback score is what? See it? Interesting, huh? One more time, let's do the old Carson Wentz numbers. So what would have happened, you think, to Carson Wentz? Would he perform this well on the Browns? Would he? Ask you this question. I want to know what you guys think. Do these numbers change your mind a little bit? Last one. You might have turned me off by now because you think I'm cutting on Carson Wentz, but I'm not. Look at that. Deshaun Kaiser. And where's Deshaun? Where's Cody? What would have happened to Carson Wentz if we'd have took him? I mean, would you guys say that him getting on the Eagles might be the best thing that ever happened to him? And that's how I'm going to finish here. God bless you guys. Thanks. I got 100 views already. I'm just totally happy about how the channel's going. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Peace.